Hello and welcome to my channel StartLIfeOver. Today I would like to discuss very briefly on high level subject about metabolism. This is very large area, it's really huge one, and after this video you will understand why. But I personally refer to this term a lot on my channel, my fellow YouTubers as well, talking a lot about metabolism. People who want to start life over and researching and having a lot of information about all of this also discuss metabolism in many shapes or forms, but when you talk to people and ask what for you metabolism is, you don't see clear understanding of what is this, and usually it's kind of narrowed down to simple speed of digestion, how quickly your body digests food, like decompose food to the microelements and distribute to the body. This is really important, of course, digestion, but this is not all about metabolism, and it is far away from all of metabolism. So let's discuss this, as always, a little bit theory, because it's huge subject, as I already said, and a little bit practice, what we can do and how we can use metabolism in our favor. Let's get started. In the internet you can find a lot of description and explanation about the metabolism, but all of them comes to the one single line explanation and definition that metabolism is set of life-sustaining chemical reactions in organism. Again, set of life-sustaining chemical reactions in organism. Open your mind right now and can you imagine how many chemical reactions we have in our body every millisecond, every second? Everything. Creation of enzymes and proteins. Our immune system. The same digestion. Hormones. Steroid or protein based. Everything require chemical reactions, and also energy, which is in return result of the chemical reaction. So as you understand, pretty much everything in your body, especially when people grow, like child and so on and so forth, this enormous amount of chemical reactions happening in our body every second, constantly. This all called metabolism. Metabolism has two types, kinda. Catabolism and anabolism. As you may know, catabolism is destroying something, and anabolism is building something. But again, not all catabolism processes are bad, as well as not all anabolism processes are good. In majority, definitely, anabolism is very good. But for example, semi-bad example of anabolism is lipogenesis, when our body produce fat. Yes, our body needs fat, but 10-20% of fat in the body. But unfortunately our body produce lot of fat, which cause a lot of problem for people. So kinda this is semi-good, semi-bad, because body needs fat, but not so many. Another bad example of anabolism, for example, autoimmune diseases. When our body produce cells, and our immune system consider these cells as a bad and attack them, and our body continue produce these cells, and it leads to very bad results. The same with catabolism. Not all catabolism processes are bad. Definitely bad example of catabolism is kinda, they ruin our muscles. But good example of catabolism is, for example, lipolysis. When our body take triglyceride and decompose it to glycerol and 3 amino acids, and then through different gluconeogenesis or other processes, they actually have energy out of it. So in this example, catabolism is actually a good thing for us. So this is kind of very generic explanation about what metabolism is. All processes around, all hormones, all tissues, cells, bones, muscles, everything building in our body and require actually, this is part of metabolism. Now when we understand better what metabolism is, that it is pretty much everything in our body, how can we use and support our anabolic process, good anabolic process, in order to build our body, in order to start life over, lose weight and build muscles? I will give you a couple of advices. What you can do in the morning, what you can do in the evening. So in the morning, our body full of growth hormones, anabolic hormones like testosterone, estradiol, and so forth. These growth hormones, they are antagonists to insulin. So their purpose is build our muscles, bones if you are a child or if you are a teenager. And they're getting glucose out of different places and turn it into energy in order to build our body. When insulin, if you remember, doing the opposite. Insulin actually increase glucose uptake and reduce level of glucose in the blood. So if you eat in the morning something that contains carbohydrates, whatever, good or bad, you increase glucose level to the level when insulin would be secreted in a big volume, and then actually results of all your good anabolic hormones like growth hormone or testosterone would be, in best case, kinda reduced, in worst case, kinda shut down. So in order to get these 2-3 windows, extend your night window of good anabolic processes, I would strongly recommend not eating any carbohydrates at the morning during the breakfast. So your first breakfast should have only proteins and fat. Your second breakfast in 3 hours after your first breakfast, you can add definitely carbohydrates. I personally add oatmeal, which is very, very positive for our digestion system. Another advice would be for you during the evening. As you know, when we go to bed and during night, we are slow down all our processes. So we don't need as much energy as we need during the day, and therefore it is not really a good idea to have a lot of glucose circulating in your blood, because it definitely will increase level of insulin, which will put this to different warehouses and fat particularly. So don't eat during last meal anything with carbohydrates. Again, last meal with carbohydrates should be somewhere 3 hours before you go to bed. If you are trying to build muscles and sustain muscles, you need to add more protein to your body, and there is so-called long protein, which is casein. I would recommend, if you would like to sustain muscles or grow your muscle, like 10-15 minutes before you go to bed, take casein. It will fulfill your protein pools, so-called, and during night, during the building the muscles, if you know, our muscles build overnight. Actually, scientists don't know how our muscle build, but everyone agrees that muscles build overnight, not when you have a workout, overnight, when you have a rest. So it would be very good if you help and support our body with proper protein that would be kind of long digesting protein that will overnight you can actually take and would support our anabolism process. And again, as you see, everything comes back to the food, proper rest and schedule. As I told here, this is key to success. So support your anabolic processes, support your good catabolic process, which is lipolysis, and try to avoid bad anabolic and bad catabolic processes. Hope it makes sense. Hope it helps you to be a little bit more wise about how your body works and what to do in order to lose more weight and keep more muscles. Thank you for watching my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Send me your like or dislike. Share this video with your friends. And until next time.